guys, it's Angelo, and since we're getting closer and closer to the opening of the Sanctum of Domination next week, today we'll be having a look at the Shards of Domination system coming with the opening of patch 9.1's raid, and which shards, and more importantly, which shard set bonus you will want to be going for as a Shadow Priest in patch 9.1. The Shards of Domination system can be considered the tier system of this patch, as there are multiple different colored sockets to choose from, and having a certain amount of the same color gives you a specific set bonus. In this video, as said before, we'll be going over where you get those sockets from, what exactly they do, and which choice of sockets you will want to use given the knowledge we already have about them. Now, if you want to join the discussion about these sockets, be sure to join the Discord server with the link in the description box below in order to stay updated on anything should something change that I will be saying in this video. Okay, now without any further ado, let's go right ahead and have a look. Okay, so before we take a look at the different effects of each color of the shards, let's summarize what these shards are and where we get them from. Essentially speaking, the Shards of Domination are gems which give you socket bonuses that drop from bosses in the Sanctum of Domination. These shards can't be socketed into any socket and only fit into a specific Domination socket slot, which will automatically be found on certain gear pieces that drop in the Sanctum of Domination. Specifically for you as a Shadow Priest, these items will be in slots of your head, your shoulders, your chest, your wrist, and your waist. This is also the reason why you will have to recraft your legendaries, unfortunately, as you will want to make sure that no legendary competes for a slot of domination gear on it. For example, most of you will probably have your Shadow Flame Prism on your head slot, but that's also a domination gear slot, right? So you would want to recraft the legendary to be used on your gloves. Don't worry, I'm facing the same problem, so we're all in the same boat together. Now, I'll leave a full guide on how these shards work in the description box down below, as there are some things that I don't want to put in this video, as I don't want to make it too long. But all you really need to know is that you can also reuse the shards by pulling them back out of the applied item with a special item you can buy, so you can mix and match new socket combinations the way you want them to be. Alright, as mentioned before, there are three types of domination shards: Blood, Unholy, and Frost. All three types have three unique set bonuses, one oriented towards healer, one for DPS, and one for tanks. So just to get this clear for everyone, each of these three has three specific set, or rather bonuses that they give you once more as well, right? So Blood has one for tank, one for healer, one for DPS. Unholy has one for all three, and so does Frost, just so that we're all on the same sheet of music. Now, again though, for this video, we're only going to be covering the DPS ones, just to keep it to the point. The Blood Shards of Domination for DPS will be the Shards of Beck. Your damage is increased by 2% when you have 50% or more health than your target, and this effect goes up in strength with the rank of the shard. The Frost Shard of Domination we want is the Shard of Core, which increases the damage by 3% for 20 seconds after attacking an enemy we had not yet damaged in combat, and of course this also scales with the rank of the shard. Lastly, we have the Unholy Shard, which is the Shard of Dice. Damaging a target increases your damage done to that target by 0.33% for 4 seconds, stacking up to 3 times, and of course this one also scales with the rank of the shard. Now, when only looking at the baseline of the shards here, none of these effects are necessarily terrible, and all are pretty decent DPS gains for you. But this changes more significantly once we look at the actual set bonuses that they give. The Blood Shard set bonus is called Blood Link. Now, of course, while in the Maw or in Torghast, this is the only time where any of these effects are even effective, or activated, just so that you already know. Damaging an enemy establishes a Blood Link, and this link pulses every 3 seconds and deals shadow damage and healing you for 100% of the damage dealt. If the Blood Link would overheal you, it will instead just heal one additional ally that is close by. The Frost Shard set bonus is called Winds of Winter. Once more, only effective in the Maw or in Torghast, each time you deal a crit, the wins accumulate 6% of that effect up to a cap of 180 per critical strike, so 180 damage per critical strike. Every 20 seconds the winds will unleash, dealing frost damage equal to the total amount of accumulated damage and surrounding you in these winds for 20 seconds. Of course, you during this time will be immune to that damage of the winds. The final set bonus is that of the unholy shards called Chaos Bane. Also, again, only available in the Maw-Torghast, your spells and abilities have a chance to drain a soul fragment from your target, granting you 10 primary stat for 30 seconds and stacking up to 15 times. Once you reach 15 stacks, you deal shadow damage split between nearby enemies and get 300 primary stat for the next 15 seconds. This is also on a random proc per minute basis, which I believe actually scales with your haste, at least according to the tooltip. Now, the simulations are still being worked on as far as I've been told, so we won't know absolutely for sure until next week which socket combination we actually want to be taking. But after previous testing, after discussion with other priests and pretty obvious indicators from the set bonuses themselves, it's leaning pretty strongly towards the unholy socket bonus. The blood shard bonus is centered much more towards melees or even tanks, while the frost shard bonus definitely would force us into melee range to make full use of its effect, which is kind of counterproductive. The unholy bonus is certainly the most promising, as it gives us a primary stat bonus, which is pretty insane, gives us shadow damage, and then gives us an even higher amount of primary stat again. I don't know how close you'll have to be to strike the enemies with the shadow damage, since you do have to be comparatively close by, at least according to the tooltip, or if you can just stand at full range, but since the damage is not split in a radius around you, like that of the frost shards, that would already make it much more promising either way. Okay, so just to summarize, you will most likely want to be taking the path of the unholy shards. It's the only one which offers you primary stat, quite a large amount of it at that, and also has a decent bonus added to it. Should this change, or should simulations next week give us reason to think otherwise, I will absolutely be sure to inform you as fast as possible. This is a good reason for you to join the Discord server, by the way, just to stay up to date on things like these. I think the Shards of Domination are actually a decent way to trying to simulate tier bonuses for now, but in my honest opinion, the whole system is a little bit convoluted with unnecessary extra stuff. Having to farm a special currency just to take the sockets back out, only being able to put the sockets on certain gear pieces, while also therefore basically being pushed to recrafting a legendary. All a lot of bummers really for a gameplay mechanic which will most likely be dropping again next patch, but you know, hey, that's just my opinion on the side. Apart from that, thank you everyone so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if this video was helpful to you, and subscribe if you want to stay updated on the content of this channel. Now, as always, have a good one my friends, have fun in patch 9.1, and I will see you all in the next one.